Arcade sequels disasters. Let me tell you the first one that I can remember, and it's Time Pilot 84. Oh, it's a piece of trash. Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Yes, absolutely, taste is subjective, but man, this is quite the disappointment, let me tell you. And I was so excited for this game when my friends told me, oh, Time Pilot 84 came out. I was ready to go. I had to work, so I wasn't there with them the first day. So I went the second day. I remember I had $5. I exchanged $5 just to play the machine. Right? That's what I was going to play. And then afterwards, I was going to get some killer nachos, my usual, and my Coke. And I remember after I played, guys, even the killer nachos didn't taste as sweet. I should have stopped playing after $1. And my friends were like, why are you playing this game? We told you, because when I got there, this game is trash, dude. We thought it was going to be cool, but no, it's garbage. And I don't know, I felt like some sort of loyalty, it's Konami. It's got to be good, No. No. Absolutely not. And then I started thinking, well, why is it that it's not as good, At the time, I didn't think about it. I just thought, oh, what a crappy game. I'm never playing this again, and I wasted my $5. But as I look, back in time of what made Time Pilot special, there was a story there, right? It was given to you visually, right? It wasn't being told to you, but you knew that you started off fighting in World War I, went on to World War II. You weren't told why. But you just knew that there was a story there. This is interesting. I'm traveling through time. As soon as you finish the level, you were time warping. Even the graphic of time warping on the original Time Pilot was better than the transition on 84. The problem with 84 is there's no story there. Am I an alien? What the hell am I? Where am I going? I don't know. It's the same thing over and over again. All the bosses are the same. They shoot missiles at you. They have guided missiles like you do. And you kill them and then you go forward. But it's basically the same boss, unlike Time Pilot, the original. And it didn't have a story. What planet am I on? What's stage what? What is this? What is this? I just kept on asking, what's going on? And I thought if I played more, I was going to discover something different. Okay, maybe these are just mini bosses, and if I fight these mini bosses, I'll get a cooler nothing. No. There was different type of enemies, but they basically attacked you the same way. And there was no story there. There was no relatable story there. That was the problem, at least for me. I didn't enjoy it. I thought the game, afterwards, I was upset. I thought it was trash. I never played it again. I was pissed. I was mad and I was disappointed, and it wasn't the only time, guys, but I remember it was the first time. It was the first time that it had happened to me where I'm like, the second game is supposed to be better than the first one, right? I thought that was the norm, right? I didn't know any better, but I thought, okay, well, if you made the first game, the second game has to be better. That's just the way video games work, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. The latest model should be better than the first model, not in this case. And it was really an argument that the first time where I saw, okay, that graphics weren't everything. You could have great graphics, but if the gameplay isn't there, you still have a trashy experience. That was my experience with Time Pilot 84. I hated it. To this day, I think this game is trash, not because it looks terrible. It's just that they could have done so much more. If you had that much more to make the game look better, if you could upgrade the graphics to that point, why'd you spend all the money on graphics and not enough in programming and make a fun game and go back to the roots? You could have gone so many different ways. You could have got, okay, now I'm in the future and I'm going to go back in time. And as you go stages, your craft gets worse. Right? Like you go from having a spaceship and then the next you just have a modern jet, a Concorde maybe, and then you go below that, you just have a regular jet fighter, and then you're going back in time with your plane. So now you're playing the opposite of the original game. That would have been a great idea, right? But what we got is just some generic shooter, like a Xevious type clone that just didn't, and if it was a sequel for anything else, I don't think I would have been as bothered. But the fact that it was a sequel for Time Pilot, it was just so disappointing. To this day, you could see the frustration, reliving memories. But yeah, it wasn't the only one. There's more arcade disappointment sequels out there, but this certainly, for me, was the first one. You guys tell me, what sequel disappointed you? Maybe it's on my list too, because I'll make more of these. These games deserve hate decades later. I'm still holding a grudge, right? I'm still salty, and I'm going to give it to them, even all these years later. All right, humans, thank you so much for watching me. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join if you can.
Good.